Morning, beloved. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever it is that and you are watching the broadcast. Hello, 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 hello. It is wonderful to connect with you. Wonderful to say hi, hello, how do you do? What is going on? What's happening? What's going on with you? Blessings, 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 and more blessings I send unto you. All right. For those of you who will be live, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's make it happen, beloved. For those of you who will hashtag it and replay it, I love it. For those of you who will be on and I don't know you on and I might not never know you on, I can appreciate that. And for those of you who will be used by Papa at some point down the road to encourage this girl, let's get to encouraging. Let's get it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's make it happen. So, all week we've been talking somewhere around the idea of, going for it, doing the thing that's yours to do, giving it all that you got. The more that you give it, the better that you get. And so just continuing in that path, going all in, go for the win, that kind of thing. But seriously, I don't sit around just making stuff up just for the sound of it. I'm not interested in that. I just really am not. But I am interested in us bringing our goods to the game, to the table. I am very interested in us doing our part. I am interested in us, making sure that we have contribution from our unique way of contributing. Can't nobody contribute what we can contribute, right? And life is not, I think we've been sold a bill of goods as far as competition. No, we don't compete for comparison. Like we don't compete to compare ourselves against others. We compete. We don't compare to compete for competition. We compare for information, right? So that we can grow. We don't look at other people in comparison to compete. Like, what's the point in that? Why we want to do that? That creates a us against them, right? When we're competing for when we're competing for when we're comparing, right? Because I used to say like comparison doesn't make sense at all. It's kind of a ridiculous thing. But the more that I listened, the more that I, opened and received, I understood that we compare for information, but not for competition. We've been taught to compare, to compete. Good morning, Brian. I love you, sis. Good morning. Good morning. We've been taught to compare for competition. Why I want to compete against my brother and sister? I'm not running their race. I got my own race. But there is benefit to looking at others, right? There's benefit to looking at others. So my comparison in looking at them sometimes is to know what's possible. Sometimes it's to kind of let me know, give me a little bit more juice, give me a little bit more encouragement. Sometimes it is to like rub me in such a way that I take a look at myself. Comparison is to take a look at yourself. It's for information, to let you know where you are, to let you know what's possible, to let you know, but it's not. Good morning, Auntie. So good to see you. Hey there. Look at my auntie, y'all. So it's not, right. It is not for me to look at somebody else and say, well, they better than me, or I'm better than them, or to now set up this antagonistic environment. No, I can look for the purposes of knowing about possibilities. I can look for the purposes of appreciation of what others are able to do, of what, of just, Papa's um, um, tapestry, his mosaic of humans and human possibility and potential. I can look for those things, but never to compete against, "Oh, I'm going to get them. It just creates a whole different kind of energy, y'all. Jealousy and envy and strife and all of that comes from, like, why? When we can come together and do comparisons one into another and be iron sharpening iron and bringing out the best in all of us. But when we compete, we start to hide. We say, "I'm not going to share this." We get anxious and we get, all kinds. Just think about that. Just think about it. Lord, I cringe at the thought of it. And so much in our society has been built on comparison for competition. We don't have to be against one another. Let's not be against one another. Let's be for. Be for. I want to be happy, right? When you are doing you. I want you to be happy when I'm doing me. It just makes for a better situation. Good morning, honey bun. Love you right back. Morning, Erica. Yeah, it just makes for it makes for a lighter, it makes for a friendlier environment. It makes for, right? So, yeah. Yes, 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 and yes. Um, so, what was I getting ready to say? Um, anyway, I just lost track. So today we're talking about go for mastery. Look, 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 Linda, look. Y'all remember that little boy? So for real though, it's something that only you can do, the way you can do it, how and when you can do it. That's a truth that cannot be undone. So since whatever this is yours to do, you might as well master it. You might as well master it. You might as well become the absolute, unequivocally best version of you. You might as well. What is it that you do? What is it like? What's your unique contribution? You might as well go for it and contribute at a level heretofore never seen, never experienced. You might as well do it with delight and joy and intrigue and curiosity and levity, right? And just absolute fun. You might as well show up with your pom poms, whatever that represents for you. For me, it's literal pom poms, but for you, it might just be, I don't know, the move of your dance, the look in your eye, but showing up like all in, all in, all in. I decided I'm gonna try new dances. Like, I'm just gonna move my body differently to the music to see what that feels like. Because I'm comfortable with routines. Maybe it's one of the reasons that I master hustles, because that's hustling is coloring in the line. So I usually don't do like individual dances because I don't really know individual dances. But you know what? I thought about it the other day. Um I saw a person on maybe it was a TikTok or something, and he was moving in all kind of what would be called crazy ways to music. But I was intrigued by his freedom. I was intrigued by his freedom. I was absolutely intrigued. And I was like, oh, why not do that? Like, why not just go out there to the music and move whatever way I feel like I want to move? Because what? Why not? Why not? Because I want to be free in every part of my being. I do. I want to be free in every part of my being. Every part. Every part. Go for mastery. I'm going for mastery of me. I'm going for mastery in this thing that I have been created, curated. We are curations. Did you know that? That we are curations. And a part of my curation is to love people, to love well, to love people, to be loved. Oh, I was talking to a new sister of mine, and she made this statement, and I wrote it down, but I've moved a bunch of stuff since then, so I don't know where I wrote it at. But she made this powerful statement, and it was about love. It was about love. I don't know what I wrote it at. Where was I right? What was I? I'm going to have to reach out to her and tell her to give it to me again. Give it to me again. But loving and loved and being loved, and she had 4 of them. That's all I know. But that's what I would. That's what I'm intrigued about. Love. I'm intrigued about the power of love. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. We're at our very best, she said, when we're loved, loving, being loved, and in love. That's what she said. That's what she said, y'all. We're at our very best when we are loved. Think about that. Loving, being loved, and in love. I just like that, right? I just think that's powerful. We're at our very best when we are flowing from a place of love, right? We're at our very best. And so I love that. At our very best. Okay. So I want to remind us that we are on countdown. And one of these days, I'm on countdown. February the 20th is our last morning in this platform. It's our last time for 540. We will have, at that point, we will have been on 5 years. And Papa is releasing me so that I can be available for the certification course. He's releasing me so that I can be available for this. He's releasing me so that I am able to master this journey that I'm privileged to take others on. So this is our personal development coaching certification that we are providing, right? That we are providing. And if you're interested or know somebody who's interested, send them, let's find the link. I'm going to give you the link here. Send them the link. And to our Zoom, there will be 2 opportunities for them to join us. And they can come one time or both times. It doesn't matter. It's up to you. It's up to them. But it's going to be an amazing opportunity for growth and development. If anyone, I remember that I was being pulled to be a coach, a mentor, before I knew that I was one. Like the thought of it just, I was like, But there were 2 young ladies who were determined that I was going to be that in their lives. And they kept asking, they kept coming, they kept making themselves available, right? They kept being there. And so because of that, right? Because of that, It was part of God's plan and his bridge and his connections for me to actually get to a point where absolutely I'm equipped not only to be a coach, but now to help others become coaches. So I'm super duper excited about that. I'm super duper excited. One of the things that I didn't have is a framework. I didn't have language. I didn't know what's the difference between this, that. I didn't know the how-tos. I didn't know the skills and the strategies. Many of them I had, but I didn't know them in the form of, right? And so now I do know that and so much more. And so we're going to bring our certification course. So if you're interested in becoming a personal development coach, then that's what we're going to do for the first 6 months of this year. I am dedicating 6 months because it takes that long. We're going to journey together for a full 6 months. And then folk will be certified. And then we'll go from there. So if you're interested, be sure to show up, y'all. Show up. All right. So give it your all. Go for mastery. And whatever it is, the thing that is for you to do, you're going to be blessed. Like going for mastery moves us from, hey, Virginia from Virginia. So good to see you, my sister. Going for mastery moves us from the peripheral of things. It moves us from the second guessing of ourselves. It moves us out of that space into this more fuller space where we can show up with our goods. Know what we have. Know what you can do. Embrace what's uniquely yours. Embrace it. Like, I am uniquely drawn to love. All kinds of love. I'm uniquely drawn to that. I am uniquely drawn to or fulfilled by amazing relationships, right? Drawn to or fulfilled by, amazing relationships. I really am. And healthy relationships. Like, I love intimacy. Do you know? Like, really being with, getting to know. I just really love people. I really do. And if it's worth doing, it's worth doing well, you know? And so I do people. I guess that's what I do. I do people. Connections, life-giving conversations, helping people to be the best versions of themselves, helping people to be okay with themselves so that they can get about the business of releasing what doesn't serve them and picking up what they need. Happy New Year. So excited for your certification. Wishing you much success. Thank you, my sister. I appreciate you. Happy New Year to you as well. Yeah. And so I'm just super excited about the possibilities that are available for us when we go for mastery. Mastery of you and whatever that encompasses. You, your being, and the space that you take up in the earth. Like, I love life. I love living. I love loving. I love being loved. I absolutely do. I love the development of love and the sustaining love, right? And I'm okay with releasing and letting go when the relationship no longer serves us. I'm okay with that. I didn't used to be okay with that, but I'm okay with it. Because you know what I'm going to focus on? I'm going to focus on the part of the relationship that went well. I've learned that. I've matured to that place that if it ends, I'm not going to focus on the end. I'm going to focus on the blessings of the relationship, right? I'm going to focus on that because we all change. Seasons change, right? Life changes. We have different views. all those kinds of things. It's okay, beloved. It's okay if we shift. It's okay if things change. It's okay if we're no longer how we were. It's really okay. Like, take from it what we had and leverage and master from there. Right? I prefer for all relationships to be lifetime relationships. That's my preference, but that's not realistic. This is not realistic. Relationships are determined sometimes by commonalities, by proximity, right? By almost like forced situations, meaning that if we work together every day, our relationship can be different than when we don't, right? It's just, that's just life, y'all. It's life. So milk it for everything that it has, that it gives you. Like, be blessed with where you are right now. Don't let an external situation disrupt your internal being. We don't determine the external, but we do determine the internal. It might take some work. It might take some time. It might take some tools and strategies, but it is within us to do. I'm just saying. I love you. Thank you for being on this morning. I love you, ladies. I do. I appreciate you. Thank you for saying hi to me and giving me love and calling me your favorite. I love you, Auntie. I love you. I love being favorite. It's a beautiful position to be in. I'm my auntie's favorite. I'm just saying. Oh man, I love life. At the moment that Abba gave us our breath, I love Abba. At the moment that Abba gave us our breath, me and you, we forfeited, we relinquished. You know what we did? We gave up the right to not be amazing. You and I simply don't have the right to not be amazing. All right, make sure you all come to the informational sessions, even if you're just curious about the process. Come on, let's have a good time together. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye for now.